What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, during the town hall, we had quite a bit of Rebellion Alpha dropped, and I thought I would go over it in this video. I'm still going to do the 5 biggest takeaways, so keep an eye out for that a little bit later, but there were several cards, and maybe we can even get into some of the tactics that they showed. The first of which is Gobolano Soldier, which was actually revealed on one of Bulldog's recent streams. Now, they didn't talk about this secret ability, or I guess it was undisclosed at the time, but from what you get with this card, and we don't have the stats yet for it at all of the different levels, I mean, this thing is crazy because you get 3 mana, 3 attack, a speed of 4, health of 5. It comes with sneak. It has the new ambush ability as well as shatter. So this thing can attack essentially before any official round begins, right? There's gonna be that round 0 that they talked about. It'll be able to do sneak attack, shatter anything, and then go straight for the health when the actual game starts. So it's not, it's relatively fast, relatively cheap, relatively powerful, and I think this card is definitely going to shake up the meta for the Fire Splinter. All right, let's move on to the next one, Infernal Firestorm. Now, this thing is an absolute beast. It is an epic fire card, and you can see here it is technically a giant, right? So at 10 mana, but you got 7 armor, 11 health. It's got 3 magic damage with a speed of 4. It has the new flank ability as well as demoralize, but flank is what makes things interesting because now we know, at least for the fire element, I should say, sorry, not splinter, but for the fire element, we'll be able to take pretty much any tank that we want, and I guess you can include neutral tanks as well, neutral melee, and be able to put them in the second position behind this guy where they'll still be able to attack. Now, the one thing about this card, and I'm trying to think of like synergies within the fire element, it's not like, it's not like he has shield, or it's not like he has void or anything specific like that would make him a better tank than someone else in front. Granted, at 10 mana, he's got a decent amount of health and armor. He doesn't even have void armor when you think about it. So I like the flank ability. I don't know that I necessarily like it on this card. Again, we'll have to see how it pairs with some of the other things. I can't conceptualize every single possibility and combo, but from the get-go, I like the flank ability. This seems like a cool card. It just feels like it's susceptible to A, giant killer, and then B, like, any kind of major attacks that come in, specifically magic attacks. It'd be kind of cool if this thing had void, because then all of a sudden you could throw in another melee tank behind it and have it be kind of like your anti-magic tank that stands in front. But otherwise, it's still a cool card. Love the artwork, love all the design, and we'll have to see how it plays out as an epic card. Okay, we have Chaos Animator next. Now, this is a 3 mana death card. Speed of 4, 2 armor, 7 health. This is a common card as well, and you can see they kind of showed all the different levels that you can get. Now, this thing has Amplify, Void, and Redemption. And what the team was talking about were some updates to the weapons training ability, where they're just playtesting it now, but it seems like if you get weapons training, you don't lose it if the weapons trainer dies. All right, so this is something where I think we're going to see a lot more added value and utility to not just Rebellion cards without any attacks, but also Chaos cards. And I think what's going to be interesting is you can see here that this is a fantastic support card because you get Amplify, you get Redemption, you get Void, and so this could be something that is thrown to the mix, and the synergies that you have with all the different types of positioning, and of course, obviously, Weapons Trainer would impact something like this. Would be really, really fun. So this is Chaos Animator. I think for 3 mana, it's not bad. You get a decent amount of beef there to fight through, a decent speed. This is going to be something that I think will absolutely shake up the meta as a very powerful support card. And it's only common. So, all right, let's go to, I think this is going to be the last unit card. Then we're going to jump into the Summoners. All right, so this is a 6 mana water card. Looks like it is a rare. It does 1 magic damage, speed of 4, health of 9, but look at this ability set here. So yet another very powerful support card. You get not only cleanse, but tank heal together. The last time we saw this was, I think, Truth Speaker on the Life team, and that is a fantastic support card as well. But not only that, oh wait, there's more. You get the new Lookout ability, which seems like they're playtesting some stuff with Ambush, but on the whole, this is going to reduce damage that comes in through Snipe, Sneak, or Opportunity. So with a magic attack, you can throw it somewhere in the back line, right, and have it be a very powerful support unit there. Oh wait, there's still more. You can get Dispel, which has definitely been buffed up by, removing a lot of the Bloodlust and Gladiators. And the other part of this too is with weapons training, Dispel should still technically remove weapons training, as that is an ability given, right? Even if it ends up staying on after the monster dies, it is still given, and so therefore it can be taken away with Dispel. And then finally, let's say you put this in the second to last spot, and sneak attackers take out its friend that it was being a lookout for. It's still got dodge and makes a fantastic back line tank. So, I don't know. I mean, this is going to be an interesting card. It's a lot of fun. The artwork looks fantastic. And, there's just going to be a lot of really, really interesting ways to go about it when we take a look and see what the synergies end up being. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff now. We got Summoner Alpha, and that is the first one. You can see here, a dual element summoner for water and death. Now, here's the thing. At least from what we've seen, what they've talked about, these are going to be 3 mana, these dual element summoners with no abilities. Now, they talked about the fact that it could be 3 or 4 mana. They're still playtesting it, although they haven't run into any issues with it being 3. I'll tell you from my own experience, I don't think 3 is outrageous. I mean, I personally thought it was going to be 4, but having played a couple tournaments with them at 3, I'll say this. It's still very situational, because all the people who are worried about this, completely breaking the game, granted, I haven't had a chance to go through and try all the different combos, but all the people who are worried about this breaking the game, I still found myself going back and preferring some of the summoners that give buffs or debuffs to the entire team or your opponent's team. But there were very specific situations that I actually found a dual element summoner to be very, very helpful in, and all of a sudden I was able to pair, certain monsters with one another from different teams, right? So let's just say, was it Water and Death? The one thing that immediately comes to mind is being able to pair Murdali Guardian, which is a fantastic chaos support unit, with who's the Death legendary? Jin Moirat, right? For that magic reflect, magic shield, or void armor. So, there's going to be a lot of really interesting synergies that end up popping up with the Rebellion summoners. And I think, obviously the dual element is going to be a big part of that. On top of that, it is going to be 3, maybe 4 mana, right? We'll see what the team decides. So when we do get what is it called? Little League rule sets that are maybe Rebellion only, there will be summoners for you to use, which I think is going to be an important thing to have. Because speaking of which, right? Oh, last thing, these are common. So you're going to need 400 of them to max them out, which is going to be a little crazy. And maybe that's why, SPS was spiking a little bit today, as people realize that they're going to need a lot more packs in order to get these guys maxed out. But like I was saying, let's go over to the rare summoners now. So these are going to be on par with what you had in Untamed and Chaos Legion, right? Obviously, these are 5 mana, so they would not fall under the Little League rule set, but that's okay because people already have the 3 mana ones. But here is an example of a water summoner, or a tactic summoner, I should say, that is water, and you can get a +2 range benefit, right, with up to 2 monsters. Or up to 2 units, or you can give 1 unit shield. So this is, again, something that's going to be very situationally specific. I don't think that these summoners are OP. Now, there's obviously some summoners that I've liked better than others within the tactics, But overall, like I said, I found myself using a mix whenever it came to Modern. Now, when it comes to Rebellion only, and I do hope that there will be a lot of Rebellion only tournaments or situations. I plan on setting up Rebellion only tournaments as well. I think they're going to be a lot of fun because, then it'll kind of force you to use either tactics or dual element. You won't be able to go back to your old, Chaos Legion habits because there's just so much Chaos Legion. But, overall, I'm really excited for this. 3 mana, 5 mana, they make sense. They're kind of in line with what I was thinking and I kind of predicted a while back. So overall, just very, very excited for that. I don't know if there's much else to talk about here. Oh, you can see how like kind of the ambush thing works. And then, here. So this is what the screen is going to look like. So, before you get into an actual game and can hit Rumble or start, whatever it is, you submit your team, you wait for the other team, you can select the ability, and then you can, it's going to highlight everybody on your team. You can choose which ones. And from a UI perspective, I've had zero issues. It was very, very easy to understand. There were a couple of abilities that I didn't maybe figure out the first time, which I'm not going to get into here because I don't want to ruin anything and I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I will say this, right? It's super intuitive. And I had zero issues with it. And it looks like you're going to get about 60 seconds, which I think is actually overkill. I think you should be able to pick it in like 30 seconds because I don't want these games to get too long, especially if you have to wait for someone the entire time. But I like I said, if you guys haven't seen how excited I am about Rebellion, hopefully you can understand just a little bit more about why I am so pumped for this because it's just going to shake up the meta. It's going to make the game that we know and love that we've been playing for several years at this point even better in so many ways. So I think the rest of this is just, there's going to be some like conflict stuff here. I'm not even going to get into that. What's this last one here? Oh, Splinters of Praetoria. Very cool. So I'll go ahead and leave this here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you had a chance to catch the town hall, then maybe you have a little bit more context. But for those of you who didn't and are just watching this video kind of blind, let me know your thoughts on the cards and the synergies and all the stuff that is going through your head. That is all I got for you guys. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.